Okay, good evening, everyone, and I apologize in regards on the sound. Uh, we thank you in regards on your patience in regards as we get through the small little hiccups that we have with the stream. Apparently, we did have action going on the final table of our weekly Wednesday night Katie's Game tournament, and we are just re-updating. We're coming to the end of the delay. We will be about as you can see the countdown, we're about 4 minutes left in this delay, and then we will return back to action. I guess you could say it was kind of fortuitous because right as we started the initial final table where there had been no sound, we actually were in the actual tournament itself was going into its second break. So theoretically, we would have been able to reproduce the sound, but they would immediately have gone to a 10-minute break. So it was partly not bad nor not good that we did not have any action for you, but we will now that there should be no more breaks, at least for, I believe, an hour and a half of action, so that once this countdown does end, that we will be able to bring you right back into the action into level 13, where the blinds will be 4,000 and 8,000. Again, thank you for tuning in with us through a bit of silence, but at least you were able to acknowledge with the whole cards on the action tracker with our RFID cam. And again, thank you regards with all of your patience with the updates that we are making with this Wednesday night stream. I'll take this opportunity that we have other things that will be going on Thursday night. We will have our ambassador tag team poker tournament here in regards with our location and a few other ones into the DFW Metroplex to play at a very interesting and fun tag team poker tournament. Friday, we will have one, as you know, Fast Eddie Bazinga. You've known him quite well from many of our other streams. He will have his 5-5-10 game going on that Friday night. Saturday, a new face that has come into our becoming a regular here at Poker House of Dallas, Pedro. He will have his Pedro's game that will go on that Saturday night. I believe it'll be an action-packed 2-5 game. And to round out your weekend, it will be the Wonder Kids themselves. It'll be the new additions to the Poker House family, Next Gen Poker. They will be streaming their highly active 1-3 game on Sunday night. So Sunday night here. So by all means, there will be lots of action and entertainment for you throughout the week between the streams that we will offer, as well as our featured ones with both Eddie's game, Pedro's game, and of course the Sunday night next gen poker stream. And also, I believe, forgive me on that one, tomorrow will be a 1-2, I would say I call it a friendly 1-2 game that we will have here for, that will be a friendly 1-2 game with a $500 max buy-in. That is though, if you would like to play on that stream, by all means, we will have a live list that will be available on our Poker Atlas in the room. So that would give you an opportunity to play on a live stream. If you've always wanted to play on a live stream, you will have that opportunity if you put your name on the stream. Suggestions would be the earlier you can put it on the stream as you see it on Atlas, the better. And with that, as we are returning back to the last bit of this break. As you can see now, we have New Dealer King doing a last bit of color up in regards of the table. And again, folks, just please let me know and make sure that I am coming in loud and clear, that you can both hear me and the table. Though it will be very much appreciated. And again, feel free, if you are available through the stream, to like, share, comment, ask any questions that you may have in regards with the stream. It will be very much appreciated, as we are constantly making our best efforts to better the stream each and every time. And as we see some of the comments coming from Just Hectic, hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much. It's a thank you again to those. Again, we apologize, and also thank you for your patience as we are only going to try to make this stream better and better throughout this learning curve with that. And again, if you have any questions or comments in regards to this, I know we will have action that will be starting up again on this final table very shortly. Or even if you are interested in wanting to play on one of our live streams, by all means, reach out to us in any of the social media outlets, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or even, I know that in most cases, we actually will have a live list available through Poker Atlas, where it will say usually 1-2 or 125 live stream. Get your name on the list and you can have this opportunity to play underneath the lights here at Poker House of Dallas. And we do have a giant QR code that you will be able to reach out to your friends, families, and loved ones to be able to have them watch, cheer on, post on our stream chat to cheer you on as you make the ascent during either on the live stream cash game or at one of our tournament final tables. And by the way, the one big tournament that we do have coming up that we have been constantly running satellites on is our birthday bash tournament. Yes, one of our very own GMs, Danielle McWilliams. It's her birthday this month, and what better way to celebrate a birthday than to have a birthday bash multi-level, multi-flight tournament that will be going on in a few weeks. Again, it will be a $150,000 guaranteed tournament with at least a guaranteed first place of $35,000. But I can attest to you, considering that we have had satellites going on for a couple of weeks now, and I believe going into next week, we will then it'll either be next week or the week after, we will have then satellites going on every day in regards for that tournament. And then, of course, we will have the multiple day ones that will lead into the penultimate day two. But as the big bonus that comes with this tournament, if you do elect to per se fire multiple bullets at this for each, each bag beyond what your best bag would be to carry to the final day of this tournament, it will be worth $3,000, which gets, for those that are avid tournament players, know that is quite a quite an increase knowing that you will take your best bag forward and you will be able to sell back any additional bags that you may have, which this I know is very exciting. I know that from our last tournament, from our Summer Jam tournament a few months ago, we were able to blow the guarantee out the water. We set a $100,000 guarantee. We end up actually doubling it, which tells you that this tournament with a $150,000 guarantee, with a $3,000 multi-bag bonus, with at least $35,000 going to our first place, it will probably be more. In fact, I know that we will make every effort to try to blow that guarantee out the water as we did our previous multi-flight tournament. So I believe from what we see here, we have all of our players colored up, and that this break should be over. So it was one part technology that I will openly take fault for. I thought we had everything lined up, but I will openly take fault for that. But at least I know that you were able to see the action. Apologies that you weren't able to hear it. But now, as we have some more comments that come into the chat, said, there's the sound now. Yes, Chris. It's funny how we can have. We like to think we had everything set and tried to prep as much as we can, and really it was one small thing that preventing us being able to have sound. I thought we did, but now I thought we initially had that. Then we did not have it then, but we do now, and that we are happy to bring it to you going forward. As you can see, here are our chip counts. We have made the final chip exchange, and I believe we are into our next level, which will be where we were playing 5,000, 10,000 with a 10,000 big blind ante. Please ignore what you see here, 488. It is a 5,000, 10,000 blinds are 5 and 10,000 with a 10,000 big blind ante. Action will be on William. He's got 7-5. He's going to fold. We did lose a player through all the exchange outs, and we do apologize for that. So, Chris with the ace-6 of spades, he's going to put in the raise to 20,000. It gets folded around back to Jacob he's got the same ace-6, but in hearts, makes the call. We're going to go heads up. And the flop reads 10, 4, 5, 2 diamonds. And Jacob is what you could say on a free roll, that if it does, he can't lose the pot, but he can win it if it does go heart. Chris is going to put in the continuation for 20,000. And Jacob makes the call as we go to 4th Street. And it's a 4, so that looks like it is, as long as neither player forwards, this is going to be a chop pot. And they both check on the turn, and the 3 of spades on the river. And if it looks like it is going to go check, unless Jacob may try to make a move on this pot. He is contemplating. And he leads out for 25,000. Chris trying to put the pieces together with this, knowing that he does, that right now he has ace high. And makes the solid call, and they're going to both roll over the same hand, and they're going to chop this pot.
Very nice.
You know what? That was well bet and good call.
And all right, here we are, folks. Here are our chip counts of our remaining players. We still have William sitting on top with 217,000, and Billy still holding in there with 52,000 at the bottom of our chip count. But anything can happen, as it always does. As we go to our next hand, where Chris, action is going to be on Chris, and he's got the 7 deuce, going to lay that down, and it's folding around over to Billy. Billy with king 4 on the button, going to lay it down. Jacob's going to make the call on the small with queen 7, and William with the small suited connectors 3 deuce, we're going to go to a flop. And the flop comes 6, 7, queen. What a flop for Jacob. He's flopped the top 2 pair and checks. William's going to take advantage of position, going to try to put in a feeler bet there for 15,000. And there's the big hand. He makes the big raise to 50,000, and William quickly jettisons that hand, and Jacob takes down the pot. Again, folks, we thank you again for tuning into this final table of our weekly Katie's Game tournament. Thought that we had all of the bugs that do come with a new venture, as in our live stream, but again, we thank you for that. And as also the thank you for your patience as we go into hand 18 of this final table. Action's going to be on Thomas. He's got ace 5, going to lay it down. And Michael with the Kojak with king jack, he's going to put in the raise to 25,000. Folding over to Billy, she's got the 9-8, she folds. Jacob with the San Francisco 49ers, it goes fold, 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 and it's gonna raise and take it. Michael's gonna take this pot. And again, from that last hand between Jacob and William, the chip counts have changed. Jacob now sitting with the chip lead with just slightly, and William in a close second. Action's going to be with Michael first to act. He's going to lay down the 4 deuce. Over to Don. He's going to fold as well. Colt lays it down. Billy gonna make it 20,000 with queen 10 from the hijack. Jacob folds, but William with queen 9 on the button will call. And it looks like we are going to go heads up between William and Billy. Oh, what a flop. Billy has flopped a king high straight. The flop comes jack, king 9. Billy's flopped the king high straight and moves all in, and William with the quick call. Billy, a surmountable favorite, with knowing only that she can only chop this pot where William will need a 10. Here comes the turn. It is a queen, but still a 10, only for a 10 for a chop. Oh, it's a 10. And Billy, that was sitting at over 11-1 favorite to double up, it runs out of 5 cards straight on the board, and William and Billy will chop this pot. Here again are our chip counts. And William in the cutoff with Jack 8 of diamonds going to put in the raise to 25,000.
Heads up.
And Michael's going to make the call with ace 10. As we go heads up to flop. Flop of Jack, Deuce, 3, Williams that's made top pair. Michael checks over to him. And William with a big pot-sized bet. He bets 55,000. Michael lays it down, and then there's a raise and take it for William.
I know.
I put in 50.
It was enough. I know. That's why.
Because I bid it before you said it. So I would have fixed it if you called.
And with that hand, William has retaken the chip lead. Jacob in second, Chris in third, and Michael now sitting with the short stack with just over under 50,000.
Look, I see. No. Did he read? No, it's not a player
It's
there.
2 pots. We're fine.
Yeah, it's not a player there either. I just see that stack right there, and I'm easy fix.
Over to our next hand here.
Fold. Yeah. Fold. Raise it up.
And Billy with Jack 10 of spades going to put in the raise to 25,000.
Fold. Fold.
And Michael with a pair of eights.
All of it.
He's decided to move all in.
50,000 total. Fold.
And Billy makes the call. All right, folks, we've got the traditional race situation. We've got a pocket pair and 2 overcards. Here comes to the flop, and it comes King Ace 4. Michael's still ahead. Ooh, but a Jack on the turn, so Michael will need an 8 to stay alive. And it's a 3. Billy comes from behind to win with a pair of Jacks. Michael has been eliminated. And for those folks, this is our VPIP percentage. Translation to VPIP means that is the voluntarily putting the chips in pot. And it is Chris and William sitting at the top 1 and 2.
That's what I said. Straight from the stage.
That was seat 6, right?
Yes. You still got the button on 6, right? Okay.
As we move into our next hand, this will be hand 22 of our final table. And action on Billy.
Fold. 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 Fold.
And as it gets folded around, it looks like Colt's going to get a walk. Pick up some blinds and antes. And folks, here just regards on some other information, some other statistics. Here, the regards on pre-flop raises. It looks like it is mostly. We have Chris, William, and Billy sitting 1, 2, 3. As we go to our next hand, and Jacob with the Kojak with King Jack.
Raise it up, 25,000.
He's going to put in the raise to 25,000. To over to William, who's got a suited ace 9. But lets that go. And it looks like it is getting folded around over to Billy in the small blind. Oh, Billy in the big blind. And she's got queen 8. And genesis in that hand quickly. And Jacob takes down the pot. As we go to our chat here, it's like Chris says, I can see pics down next to their name. That's cool. Yeah, that's the amazing thing about the technology with not just with our RFID table, but the ability that we can put in a small little portrait of that player as action does appear on them. And William under the gun with 2 9s. He's going to put in the raise to 30,000. And last stack, but Jacob, he's got 10-3, I think that's going to go to. And William's going to take down this pot.
I know.
All right, guys, that is my time. Good luck to you all.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, as we are just making a dealer change now. Now we have Rick in the box now for this next rotation. Some more interesting statistics for you, ladies and gentlemen. Some are aggressive frequency. Again, it seems like it is William and Chris sitting 1, 2 in every category, which in theory is pretty much usually the way to go. In any buy-in tournament, you want to be able to not be afraid to put chips in the pot and always be aggressive. That's how the players accumulated these chips and being able to make it to this final table. And looks like Don's going to take his stand right now with the ace 8. He's all in. Let's think about it, but lets the ace 4 go. But Jacob's going to make the call with King Jack.
Two players.
And here we go, folks. We are heads up, and it's with Don's tournament life at risk. It's ace 8 for Don. It's King Jack for Jacob. Here we go to the flop. The flop comes 5 deuce 7. So far, it's the ace high that's ahead to the turn. Ooh, it's a jack. So Don will now need an ace and an ace only. Oh, another jack. 3 jacks for Jacob. And Don has been eliminated from the tournament.
There's a bubble in your
Take 75 off first, 25 off second, pay 6 third entry back. And then there's no bubble. Just like that. Everyone just has to agree.
Everybody want to take the bubble? Agree? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't do this very often, so I'm
Because
kind
it
of
takes
like...
75 off first, and 25 off a second, pay 6 to the 100, get their entry back. No bubble.
Button blow.
You can see, folks, there are only 6 players left, but initially with this tournament, only 5 were to play. Only the top 5 would actually make the money, and now there are a few players in a process of trying to negotiate a carve out to where the person that comes in 6th would just initially get their buy-in back, but it doesn't seem like that was an agreement to it. We have action here. We have William with the Queen 4 of Hearts making it 25,000, and Chris making the call with King 9. And we're going to go to heads up to a flop. And the flop goes 10-3 King. Chris is ahead with the 2 kings, but William's going to be the one to lead out and bet for 40,000. And Chris makes the big move, moving all in, which is only a minimum raise against William's initial flop bet of 40,000. But with just queen high and no redraws, not too many redraws, don't see how William could continue. And Chris takes down this pot.
10,000, 15,000, 15,000.
Instead of 900, it would be 875, and that would push $100.
Okay, so what's the deal?
75 off first, 25 off second, pay 6 third.
But everybody has to
Give me
agree.
thumbs up. I want to see thumbs up from everybody. Thumbs up, and I think I'll check from Colt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, let me get a thumbs up from Colt, and we'll be okay, okay?
Oh, I believe, folks, ladies and gentlemen, watch that. The players have all decided that to prevent a bubble, they have decided to redistribute some of the prize money, so that way 6th place will actually get their buy-in, get their $100 buy-in back. So that is the one thing in regards of that this is obviously the players did fund this pool. That they have that ability once they get down to this level to be able to negotiate as best as they please. And you hope that you always hope that there will be some continuity to be able to at least when you get to this level, at least be able to walk away with something. And so they have agreed to that. On William, not taking any strides in that, gonna put in the button raise with the 2 10s, and it is a raise and take it. Again, folks, there you can see our VPIP percentage. VPIP standing for voluntary putting chips in the pot. It is William and Chris sitting 1 and 2 with Jacob in 3rd. All right, as we go to our next hand, looks like this is going to be hand 28 of this final table, and it is going to be action on Billy in the 9 seat. Got a big hand sitting with ace jack. She puts in the raise, making it 50,000 to go. And William's going to come over the top. He's got king, queen, and he moves all in. And I think looks like Billy's going to think about it, and it's going to quickly make the call. Here we go, folks. It's ace jack for Billy. It's king, queen for William. Billy, a slight favorite as we go to the flop. Here's the flop. And oh, what a flop. It comes queen, ace, 7. Oh, but Williams turned a 3rd queen. Only an ace. Only an ace was going to save Billy, and it is the deuce of clubs. William's 3 queens are going to win this pot and eliminate Billy in 6th place, which now makes it quite favorable for Billy, with the players agreeing to pay 6th place. So that way, at least everyone would walk away with something from this final table. All right, folks, as we go into our next hand now with William, that now sits with a dominating chip lead. Action's going to be on him.
Then I bought back yet. Yes.
And Chris puts in the raise, and Thomas with a big hand. He's got 2 queens on the button. And Jacob with ace 6. Big decision for Jacob here after you've seen a player raise and then one move all in from the button. But you're sitting down in a short-handed game with an ace. Now, statistically, it says that you should, most cases, knowing that there is a bet and a raise all in, that this is a baby ace, which is technically not going to be a favorite against 2 blind hands. You'd like to have ace to call it all in, ace king, maybe ace queen, or as little as ace jack, ace 10. But ace 6 is right there in the middle, and it's and I think that's probably what Jacob's thinking about right now. And he makes the correct laydown. Over, it's back to Chris, and he says it himself, folks. He's priced in, knowing that once Thomas had made the raise, it was going to be that much for him to call. It is jack 9 for Chris. It is 2 queens for Thomas. Thomas, a big favorite. Oh, but Chris does flop a jack. It comes jack, deuce, ace. He will need a jack or a 9. So it comes down to the river. It's got to be a jack or a 9. Oh, and a 9 on the river. Chris makes 2 pair and eliminates Thomas in 5th place.
We were just saying.
Button's good.
It's been brutal.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are down to 4. We're down to 4 players.
Correct.
All right, folks, as we are down to 4 players. Look at it. And Cole, we have Colts in the 8 seating, sitting all by his lonesome on that side of the table, as we have Jacob, William, and Chris sitting on the far end in the 1, 2, and 4 seats. We got Chris with King 10.
Raise to 30,000.
He's going to put in the raise to 30,000. Colt's going to fold. And Jacob's going to make the call with the jack 10. And William, it looks like William's getting a excellent value with 2 deuces. Or some people would say 2 ducks. And the flop comes 6, queen 6, and it is William with deuces that is ahead so far, and it gets checked over to William with the 2 deuces. He checks as well, and it's on Chris.
Bet 40,000.
He's going to put in that continuation bet for 40,000. And he folds. And William, I think he has a good read on this table. He's moved all in with those two deuces, and he's going to take down this pot. A man of aggression. He took advantage, seeing that he had, with the chip lead, he saw that Chris seemed like Chris was just going to make a move, and that was just a continuation bet, and that his two deuces were the best hand, and indeed they were, and it's going to take down that pot. As we go into hand 31 of this final table, we are four-handed, folks. With the adjustment that they made, they did decide to pay 6 players, but the meat of this prize pool will sit on the top, and it looks like it is getting action is going to be on Chris sitting with the 98 O's, but Jacob flopping flopping a full house, aces full of 4s, and it gets checked around. No action there. Comes the turn. But this may create some action now. It's a 9. Both players, both William and Chris have made a pair of 9s. Chris also with the flush draw, and Jacob is just hoping that one of these two tries to make a bet at this pot. And Jacob's going to get what he wants. Chris bets 40,000. Jacob just rechecking and makes the smooth call. William with a pair of 9s. Gonna lay it down as we go to the river. It's a 10. Action's going to be on Chris. Oh, by golly. He moved all in, and the snap call. Jacob got exactly what he wanted. Chris moved all in, and Jacob making the snap call with the flop full house, and Jacob wins this pot and eliminates Chris in 4th place. And then there were 3, and Colt sitting down there on the far end of the table has guaranteed himself 3rd place. As we go to our chat with a few Vincente, it's like, well, Vincente, what can you do? Short-handed. You don't anticipate anybody short-handed to flop an ace, let alone a full house, and I think he's more or less that we've. If you've had a chance to see through any of social media when it comes to Chris has made coming to Poker House just to win tournaments as if it were clocking into a jobs. He's been able to. He's made a number of final tables. He's won a couple of them. I think he actually even won a couple of these in a row. And you can see it's one of those things he decided. We went with his read. This was just one of those situations that it was not correct this time. So. And we go to our next hand with the flop of deuce 10-10. Colt with the best hand with the pair of deuces against William, that is the chip leader. And Colt's going to take it down and win the pot. Still holding on. He's in 3rd, but really, I mean, there you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the 2 chip leaders, William and Jacob. There is our chip count. Jacob, with the elimination of Chris, surging into 1st, William in 2nd, Colt still with just under 100,000, but again, anything can happen, especially shorthanded. All right, folks, as we go to our next hand, being hand 33 of this Katie's Game final table, and wow, if that isn't if that isn't crazy, on hand 33, William picks up 33, he picks up pocket threes, he makes it 30,000, and Jacob with the 2 walking sticks, he's got 2 sevens and puts in a big raise. He's going to make it 100,000 to go. And William with the quick call, as we go back to our chat while Rick is setting the pot. I believe when they decided to do the 6th place carve out, it made first place 825. With a flop of King 9 Deuce, that is not going to look favorable to either Jacob or William, with both of them having under pairs to the 2 overcards. But that isn't going to stop Jacob. He's gonna follow up with another 100,000. Betting 100,000 on this board. And with the 2 threes, William had no choice but to fold. And he rolls over the 2 sevens, thinking that he had gotten William to lay down a lesser hand, but little did Jacob know he had the hand from the re-raise. Again, folks, here is our VPIP. But since it really has been William and Jacob that I believe that have made the most noise at this final table, being able to eliminate the bulk of these players, and thusly that's why they both sit 1 and 2 in chips. But don't give up on Colt. Remember, he is not out. He may have, and he's going to take a stand with Jack 9. He's all in. Jacob's going to fold and over to William with 7 deuce. No, that's no. I don't think, not even on a good day he would. He rolls over the 7 deuce in disgust, and he's gonna. And Colt quickly with these blinds and antes that he's up over 110,000. Again, here are our pre-flop raise percentages. Pretty much it's been William and Jacob and Colt both the same, but for obvious reasons that they've played snug. But in this situation, snugness has been the formula of getting to this final table. And Jacob again on the button, making it 100,000 to go, and Colt's and Colt's gonna take his shot with ace 10.
For less. 95 total.
Colt's on. He's got 95,000, and he's all in. He's got the ace 10 against 2 6s for Jacob. It's the traditional race, everybody. 2 over cards versus an under pair. Here we go to the flop, and the flop comes Jack 5 Queen. Here comes to the turn. It's a 5 that pairs the board. Then the river. It's an 8. And it is the Jacob with the 2 6s that wins the pot. And Colt is gonna finish the tournament in 3rd place.
He was the big line, so you're going to be the big line here.
Is it based off the chips, or is it just like
Do it however you want to do it.
you want to do maybe 10 minutes and then call it? Does that work? Did I hear what you was getting late? I mean, for 15.
And I believe there was initially a talk, folks, of deciding on whether or not to do a chop, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are at one of the most exciting parts of a tournament. We are heads up. It is William and Jacob, but it is Jacob with for what it looks like, at least a 2-1 chip lead. But William's action's gonna be first on William. When it comes heads up, folks, it is the button acts first before the flop and last after. And William's going to put in the raise to 50,000. And Jacob folds. As you can see, there's Min, our tournament director, trying to maybe slightly balance the table so that way each gentleman can have their spotlight and their own camera as it on our restructure. But and that's understandable, obviously. I mean, not too many people have had a chance to play on a live stream, and in this situation has play heads up. And that's one of the things where I've been enjoyed in regards with the adaptation of Poker House Live and our live stream as the new addition to our room here at Poker House Dallas. And again, this is just only the beginning. Again, thank you for obviously we want to thank you for your time and your patience on being a part of this through a few of the hiccups. We can guarantee that we'll only get better. As it goes check, check, and the jack of clubs on the turn, giving William both straight and flush draws. And he's going to put out the bet with that, and Jacob's going to fold, and...
Okay. We're going to be playing 10, 20, 20. I can wait. Heard that.
It has been Jacob that has made the most increase from their starting chip stacks. And as you can see, that is one of our main commentators in the booth with me. That is Fast Eddie Batinga, aka the Asian Sensation. That we are steadily improving, and we will, in regards on having more cameras and more angles with our live stream arena. And as we are going to go to another flop right now, and the flop comes 4-8 Jack. Jacob is ahead with King High. William does have a straight draw with a 3 across that he would take the lead with a 5, 6, or 7, but it goes check, check. Ace of spades on the turn. It's still Jacob ahead with the King High. And the river, the river is a 5. William has gone ahead with the 2 5s and is going to put out a bet of 25,000, and Jacob lays it down. As we go to the chat, yes, Chris, we did make a point to let Min know in regards on our chip stacks and blinds. There he goes. He has the update. Again, folks, we are now we are heads up with Jacob with a lead of 600,000 to Williams 320,000. But that has might have changed from that previous hand. We are playing at 10 and 20,000 blinds with 20,000 big blind ante. If it's heads up, folks, that means the button will act first before the flop and last after.
Raise to 40,000.
And Jacob with the King Deuce, he's going to put in the raise to 40,000. And William's going to defend with the 10-8 of hearts. And the flop comes 10-4 queen. William quickly jumps ahead with 2 10s. But Jacob staying aggressive, going to bet 50,000. And William is going to make the call. going to a turn. It's a 5 heart. What a turn card for William. He now has a pair of 10s and the heart flush draw.
You check. I thought you were asking if you check.
He checks.
50,000 is bet.
And Jacob going to keep firing. He bets 50,000. And William's going to make the strong call. Over 300,000 in this pot, folks. We're going to go to a river. It's a 3, no help to either player, and it's William, and he's going to go ahead and go for it all, and he moves all in. Jacob has king high, and I believe he's just going to lay that down. William winning a big pot, and I believe with that pot, it now gives William the chip lead. William consistently not afraid to put chips in the pot, as you can see with his VPIP percentage sitting at 46%. Although it is not the test out, they are heads up and they are going to have to put chips every hand. But William, from the start of this final table, he has been a man of action, a man of aggression, and when he feels like he has the best hand, he's going to go with it. As we go to hand 40. We have William that has queen 7. Going to make the call, and Jacob with the suited 1-gapper, 9-7 of clubs. We're going to wrap the table and see a flop. Oh, and the flop comes 3 deuce 4. No help to either player. It goes check, check to the turn. It's a jack. Still is the William with the queen high that is ahead. And with that, he's going to put out a bet. He's going to bet 30,000 and going to win the pot. As you can see, William also leading with on our pre-flop raises. But again, this is mostly basing against from the beginning of our final table when we were 9-handed. Here we go, folks, on to hand 41. And Jacob looking down at a premium hand here. He's got king queen. Gonna put in a raise to 100,000. And William takes no time to let Jacob have this pot. Again, folks, we thank you for tuning in this Wednesday night here at Poker House Live with our Katie's Game tournament. Again, this is as we are creating a live stream weekly calendar for you. This is also the opportunity for you, the viewer, to be a part of this. Again, through our tournaments, through our live stream cash games, that will be available. You can contact us through any of our social media outlets, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or be able to come in. In some cases, we'll even have it on our board in regards to you wanting to be a part of one of our live streams. As we have a flop here of queen 4-8. William has flopped a pair of 8s. Jacob has the inside straight draw. A 7 would give him a straight. But William's going to put out about a 60,000 and win the pot.
Sorry about that. I understand. Better. I understand better now. I said I understand better now. Actions on 5. Excuse me, 1.
All right, as we go to our next hand, what a look at this. Jacob, who's been constantly raising,
5-0. 550.
wakes up with 2 queens on the button. He's going to make it 50,000 to go. And William with a suited king, king 3,
50,000.
going to make the call. We've got 120,000 in this pot pre-flop, folks. Here's the flop.
C5.
And it comes 5-5-10, and it is Jacob way ahead with the 2 queens.
Checking all in.
And he's all in. And William quickly jettisons the hand. Jacob takes down the pot. As you can see, the chip increases from the beginning of our final table.
Yeah, you got back up. One more hand, let's see what happens. Call it. That worked. All right.
All right, folks. It looks like from the sounds of it that both William and Jacob are elected to play one more hand, and depending on the outlook, they're going to make the option to chop first and second. It'll be a question of whether it be evenly or through an ICM chop, but it's to be determined.
That it? I'm good. I got 7 more. That works. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Jacob and William have elected to chop first and second in this tournament, folks. Obviously, again, it is the prize pool is built by the players, so they do elect to, once they get down to this level, they elect to kind of make an option themselves that would best benefit them. And with that,
A little bit. Again, I tend to do like the free.
and with that, folks, again, we want to thank you for being able to tune in this Wednesday night for our Katie's Game stream of our final table. Again, we want to apologize in regards on not being able to hear the initial sounds from the beginning, but it did kind of out of work in the end because they were going to go, and when we did come back, they did end up going to a break. But again, I want to thank you for taking your Wednesday night to be a part of this stream. So on behalf of all of the staff that work here at Poker House Dallas, our dealers, our tournament staff, our servers, the management, everyone here, I want to again wish you a happy Wednesday, and thank you again for tuning in to this Wednesday night stream here at Poker House Dallas. Good night.